right, coming to you live from OSCON here in Portland. I'm Barton George. I'm here with Steve CP. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. So you are with RedHat and OpenShift.
That's right.
And what's your role there?
I'm a developer evangelist for OpenShift.
Awesome. And so what is an OpenShift? If people aren't familiar with it, if you're to say, hey, this is what it is and this is how it's different than other things that are like it.
Okay, so it's a platform as a service. So if you think about cloud, there's infrastructure as a service, which is like OpenStack or CloudStack or Amazon EC2. Those are all infrastructures. Then there's software as a service, like Gmail and those things. Platform as a service sits in the middle. So it's really geared towards making life easy for developers and sysadmins by way of connection. Basically, with one command, you spin up your entire application development server environment, right? So you can spin up Tomcat and MySQL or PHP and PostgreSQL all in one command, and then you're ready to write code. You do a git push, it builds and deploys. You don't ever have to configure servers again. One of the differences between us and some of the others is we're open source, right? So OpenShift Origin is the upstream repo for all of the stuff we do. The other thing is we have a hosted version, which is OpenShift Online, and we also have OpenShift Enterprise, which is like RedHat. You take it, you can buy the bits, and you can install it anywhere you want, and it's supported, and we'll help you, and you can open tickets and all that other stuff. So it's private and public for developer ease of use, and for sysadmins, so they don't have to spin up VMs for users all the time too.
And do you guys specialize in one language type? Have you?
No, we're this is one of my favorite words.
All right.
We're polyglot.
Oh, I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
We are polyglot.
That's even better than multilingual.
Exactly. So you can do PHP, Python, Perl, Ruby, Node.js, and Java. And with Java, you get JBoss and Tomcat. And then we also do MySQL, PostgreSQL, and MongoDB right out of the box. So it's all there. Nice. So it's not specialized in one line. I think what you'll see with most platforms as a services moving forward is that almost all of them will become polyglot. It's just the market. There's not enough market right now to sustain a single value language platform.
And then as you and I were chatting just right before this, APIs, big deal, particularly now in the cloud world.
Yes.
How do you all approach them?
So there's two ways that we interact with APIs. We actually serve up application platforms, right? So people are writing their code. So we are a place where you can host your API, right? You write your own API and host it. I think we're great for REST services, writing REST services and such. And then the other thing is we have a bunch of partners where you might use their API in the application you're hosting on our platform. So for example, SendGrid. If you need to send email, you use SendGrid's API to send email through us. Or if you want to do Redis Cloud, right? We have Redis Cloud, which allows you to tap into a Redis data store while using that in your application that's hosted on us as well. Or Iron.io, so you can use their Iron workers or their Iron cache as part of your application. So the APIs, we give you some of the basic building blocks, and then you can use those APIs to get specialized functionality in. And of course, you could always use like the Facebook API or the Foursquare API in your application as well. And that's one of the great parts about the world that we live in now is the ability to build what I call situational apps. I mean, I didn't think up the term, lots of people use it, but they're small, little single-focused apps. And the APIs allow you to pull in all this specialized data that you could never have done before, and make a nice little focused app that's really for some one use case.
So speaking about apps, if we sort of extrapolate a bit and look out towards the future, as put on your prognosticator hat, right? Yes, that fits you well. What do you see for cloud applications and for developers going forward? What are some of the key changes you see or things that folks need to be aware of?
Well, so, okay, what I'm seeing, given the customers who RedHat has and what I see at shows, I think all developers should be ready to work on a platform as a service within the next 3 to 5 years, even inside of your enterprise. Like, so OpenShift just had eBay come on board, eBay and PayPal, as all their internal development is going to be on OpenShift. Same thing with Accenture. Same thing with the DoD. Like when DoD has DISA, which is their internal cloud provider, and they're using OpenShift to give cloud to the internal DoD developers. So I think developers should just get used to, even if you don't use ours, I'm secure enough in my PaaSness that even if you use another one, you'll come back to OpenShift.
Pascalinity?
Yes, my Pascalinity. I can wear it. I think you will eventually be using a PaaS, and I think all developers should play around with it. The same thing with Git and a NoSQL data store. I think those three technologies together, everybody's going to be using those at some level in the future, next 3 to 5 years. I'll bet a beer on that.
Awesome. You heard it here first. All right, Steve CP, thank you so much.
Thanks.